And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the vacant WBO NABO Middleweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, standing with his head trainer, former world champion Bones Adams. He wears the orange with blue trim. He scaled the middleweight limit of 160 pounds bang on. His professional record, 17 wins, 3 defeats. He has 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Pomona, California, please welcome the Sugar Man, Shane Mosley Jr. Mosley Jr. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands with his head trainer, former world champion Wayne McCullough. He wears the green with gold trim. He scaled at already 159.4 pounds. His professional record, 18 wins, only 1 defeat. He has 14 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former NABF middleweight champion, fighting out of Ballybuffet, County Donegal, Ireland, Jason Quigley. Quigley.
Fighter chief second only, please. Fighter chief second. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Legal punches here for you. Legal punches here for you. Touch and gloves go to both of you.
Chris, what type of fight do you expect to see here? Well, Quigley is more of a boxer, so I would expect him to try to have some movement. Mosley, more aggressive under Bones Adams, at least what we saw in the Christian Olivas fight, so something of an unknown. Both these guys, though, Todd, get in with a lot of power shots, so we could see a firefight break out sooner rather than later.
Ready. Ready.
Your lips to God's ears. Here we go. Jason Quigley in the green, Shane Mosley Jr. in the orange. You fought Shane's father, Sergio. What similarities do you see in their style?
Well, Mosley Jr. and Mosley, they have that jittery style. They're kind of a little bit stiff, and they're both very explosive combination punchers, but stiffness is what I see. And obviously, you could say they have similar styles. They look for that right hand and big left hook. Excellent body punchers.
And we should note early, Todd, see a bit of a shiner under the right eye of Jason Quigley. That's not something Shane Mosley did. It's something that Quigley picked up in sparring just over a week ago. Said it was no issue and said he never considered canceling the fight because of it.
Good right hand by Mosley Jr. going downstairs to Quigley. That's a good strategy right there, because Quigley does fight really erect. He doesn't have the fastest hands or the fastest feet, so you can catch him with those jabs, those stabbing jabs to the torso.
Go overhand right on the temple. Those could be dangerous.
And that's the thing about Quigley. He fights erect like that, so when you're jabbing him downstairs, they're going to open up for the overhand rights and lefts.
Double jab right, double jab right.
Quigley just one professional loss. That came against Toriano Johnson. Coming off a win in his last bout. But this a much stiffer test for Quigley.
You can see that Quigley has heavy hands. Even when he misses, it's a heavy miss. He doesn't rely on speed because he lacks hand speed, but it's power and punch placement for Quigley.
Mosley with a 5.5-inch reach advantage. That presents the biggest obstacle to Quigley, who's not accustomed to facing opponents of equal height, superior reach.
Nice jab by Mosley Jr. right there. Mosley throwing that right hand just like he is right there for Quigley, chopping him in half. And that's what happens whenever you're dealing with a tall fighter like this. You got to chop him downstairs before you go over the top.
Redness already around the left eye of Quigley.
Mosley Jr. fighting really composed and a little bit more aggressive, like Manick said. A little bit more aggressive. Usually he likes to wait a little bit, feinting, and he overthinks things. But we've seen a confident, aggressive Mosley Jr. in this first round.
Box.
And even though the black eye was before this fight, Chris, the face not looking good of Quigley.
Now he's getting touched up early by Mosley. Good first round
10
for Shane
seconds,
Mosley
stop at
Jr.
the bell. Send for that bell.
He will land that punch again if he continues going to the body, stabbing him in that torso area.
Quigley, a pretty decorated amateur career, won the 2013 European Championships, then got the silver at the World Championships that same year. He was favored to be on the 2016 Olympic team, but decided to go professional instead. Right now, he's getting all he wants from Shane Mosley Jr. Chris,
Todd, one thing I noticed in between rounds was that Andy Lee not in the corner of Jason Quigley. To build up this fight, Quigley's been talking about Andy Lee being his trainer. Just asked one of his team members, and he said Lee had a visa issue. Couldn't get into the United States for this fight. Quigley found out about a week ago. The two of them discussed the replacement, Wayne McCullough, the chief second. He worked with Quigley before, so everyone's happy. Everyone's on the same page, but no Andy Lee in the corner of Jason Quigley tonight.
Well, it's a great replacement going from one former champion to another in Wayne McCullough, a great fighter. But the chemistry that Andy Lee and Quigley are building together, they have similar styles. They're tall fighters. They're both Irish. They both have big, heavy hands. So it's a good style matchup. I like that chemistry. I want to see more of it.
Quigley came into this fight as a pretty strong favorite, as high as -200 on some books. But right now, Shane Mosley more than holding his own as the underdog.
A rare heavy feint by Quigley. You can see that even his feints are heavy. He's not the fastest, but he has good timing, and of course he has very heavy hands.
Stop! No, don't do that. No, don't do that. No, don't do that, please. Don't do that, Shane. Don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do that. No, not like that. Don't do that, Shane. Here we go. Box.
Ooh, Quigley held up on that right hand. He might have connected. A jab sneaking through there for Mosley Jr.
I want to see more of those sneaky short jabs right there. See, that's something that Shane Mosley, his father, also had. It's a real short jab, but if they catch you coming in, it's a power jab that really stings.
Quigley seems like he's still trying to figure this guy out.
Yeah, Quigley, you can see right there, coming in a little bit clumsy. He doesn't have the fast feet to really get in there in a sleek, athletic way. That's not his style. So I would like to see more jabs closing the distance and those heavy foot feints as well. See, just like that.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell. Sit for that bell.
Heavy, hard punches by Quigley right there.
140-pound title. Chantel Cameron out of Northampton, United Kingdom, putting her title on the line against the veteran Melissa Hernandez. Right now, Jason Quigley with just one professional loss taking on Shane Mosley Jr. He does have 3 losses, Chris, but 2 of those 3 losses were by split decision.
Yeah, close losses. The Brandon Adams loss, not so close, but I think Shane Mosley Jr. has learned a lot from those defeats and improved as a fighter. Some of that, a lot of that, is his own development, and some of that is Bones Adams, who I think has really been an effective trainer in his corner.
Sergio, after your first loss, when you go back to the proverbial drawing board, how did you handle that adversity?
Well, my first loss was to a world champion. Excellent body shot right there by Mosley. I've been in the ring with Mosley Jr., and he has sneaky, very powerful body shots. And right there, I think he caught the attention of Quigley with a short left hand. But back to your question, Todd, yeah, that first loss is always tough, and if it doesn't happen on the championship level, it's even tougher. So for Quigley, that first one came with some criticism because he wasn't able to answer the bell, and he got beat down by a gatekeeper and a tough guy in Toriano Johnson. But it's how you recover from that to get back to the top that matters.
And this is the fight we'll learn if Quigley has recovered. He's won 2 fights in a row, but they were rather low-level fights. Neither one of them went past the 3rd round. So this is the real test of if Jason Quigley has bounced back from the loss to Toriano Johnson.
And this is a real test for Mosley Jr. as well. That's why this is an important fight for both their careers. Who advances with a win?
Minute 20 left here in the 3rd.
you asked me earlier about similarities between Mosley and Mosley Jr. Well, one of them was that short power jab. It's real short and real powerful. The other one's that left hook to the body. I remember his dad hurt me downstairs, and so did Mosley Jr. once in sparring.
Left hook right on the temple again, and that moved Quigley. Mosley showing some power and some willingness to engage on the inside, and a low blow.
No, I think they clashed knees maybe. Oh no, it's a low blow.
Take your time, Shane. That was accidental. Take your time. You good? You good? All right, stay here for a second. I know it was unintentional. Just keep the punches up, okay? Unintentional low blow. Unintentional.
Oh, it was a low blow, but see, Mosley Jr. pulled his head down, and that's normally what you see. So I like the fact that Jason Quigley was able to do that, because whenever you pull a fighter's head down, which is illegal, then you better do something as well to get the respect.
Chris, are you a little surprised at the fact that Mosley Jr. not moving as much now, content to sit in the pocket?
Well, what surprised me early on is that Mosley's most effective moments are coming in the first half of each round. He's won a round on my scorecard, but hasn't been as aggressive as the rounds have progressed. Doing a nice job in this round overall, though.
I would think the biggest thing that I see with Mosley Jr. is no matter how athletic and gifted he is, he loses focus in fights. So if he can stay focused and stay sharp, I mean, he's looking good right now, but one punch can change anything from a hard puncher like Quigley.
That left hook lands for Quigley. Round 4, scheduled for 10 rounds, middleweight division.
Freezing 4, Jason.
There you go.
Dangerous exchange right there by Mosley Jr. And this is the thing. Whenever he's in control of fights, he sometimes gives back the lead by getting too aggressive. Quigley just missed with a big right hand right there.
Do you think, though, that Mosley has felt the power of Quigley and is just not impressed?
Good body shot by Quigley. I don't know what happened here. They maybe told Mosley Jr. to get more aggressive in the corner, but I like how composed he was picking his shots. This is Quigley's opportunity to land something big, because Mosley Jr. is getting too aggressive.
Step in, Jason. Freezing 4, let's go. Get your win, freezing 4, let's go. Let's go. Let your hands go, Jason. Let them go. Take the ball, left and right, hit it.
Quigley is normally a come forward, aggressive, heavy-handed puncher. I've been seeing a lot of foot feints by Quigley. You can tell that's a game plan they had to get Mosley Jr. to open up and then counter with some hard shots.
Again with the left hook from Quigley, who calls tonight's scene in this fight a dream scenario. These are the moments I crave, fighting in Las Vegas on a big fight card. He just wants to shine here against Mosley Jr.
Jab, jab, right, left, right. Jab, jab, right, left, right. Step in.
And after a hot start to the round, Mosley Jr. has certainly slowed down and been more cautious.
Well, it's kind of what I said at the end of the last round. Mosley has been active to start these rounds and coasted a little bit in the middle part.
Left hook there on the inside from Mosley.
Nice right hand to the body. Mosley Jr. has been looking for that right hand. I think that caught Quigley's attention.
Yeah, Quigley trying to move out of harm's way right now.
And that's when the overhand right starts to open up for Mosley Jr.
Box.
Double jab, right, through the right, uppercut, left, right. Left jab, right.
Mosley Jr.'s only definitive loss happened to Brandon Adams. And Sergio, you know how good Adams is.
Oh, Brandon Adams was shining on the contender. I think both Mosley Jr. and Brandon Adams, I mean, they really fought at their best, and they became solid contenders. And we know that Brandon Adams, you know, he went on to fight Jamal Charlo for a world championship, lost, but that's how good he is.
Listen for the bell, 5 seconds.
Because I think Quigley was hurt in that last round to the right hand with a body.
Box.
Round 5, scheduled for 10. Ireland versus the United States. Mosley Jr. has relocated to Las Vegas and has been working with Clarence Bones Adams since his last fight against Olivas. Says they've gelled really well, feels he's improving and always getting stronger and fitter. Also working with Larry Wade, his strength and conditioning coach.
And you could see him being stronger and bigger, more athletic. But the thing that I've noticed with Mosley Jr. is just confidence. It's just believing in his power, believing in his speed. And I see that. He's looking really, really solid in this fight.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness of Mosley. In the fights that he's lost, it's been because the pace has been dictated to him. He has been largely dictating the pace in this fight.
Yeah, you can see the difference in Bones Adams has made in Shane Mosley Jr. There's a quiet confidence in him. As long as he doesn't lose focus in the middle and later rounds, this is a great performance so far.
And he's instilled.
Oh, nice, a left hook on the inside from Quigley. Mosley Jr. answers back, and now Quigley digging to the body. And those exchanges are what Quigley welcomes.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Todd. This is exactly when Quigley needs to punch, in between the shots. If he can catch Mosley Jr. takes a big punch, but Quigley gives a big punch. So one shot could change things, and Mosley Jr. is giving them that opportunity. I would like to see more jabs to the chest and to the belly by Quigley. Alternate that jab.
You know, one thing Bones Adams has done is verbalized a lot of confidence in Shane Mosley Jr.'s power. Before the Olivas fight, Bones said he's going to knock him out. And Olivas had never been stopped before. But sure enough, Mosley goes out, stops him. Before this fight, Bones said he's going to knock Quigley out too. So there's a lot of faith in that camp about the power at 160 of Shane Mosley Jr.
He's certainly getting his shots in against the Irishman. The punch that seems to be connecting more than any is the left hook.
There's that right hand earlier by Mosley. See? The right hand downstairs is what sets up the overhand rights, but don't forget the jab and keep going downstairs. You dissect your opponent by keep chopping him down with that right hand to the belly.
There's a smile from Quigley, who's always in a happy mood. Never gets mad or mean.
Let him go, hands are free.
Good body shot by Quigley
10
right
seconds,
there.
stop at the bell, 10 seconds. Listen for that bell.
Big shot.
Time.
Round 6. 5 rounds to go here, Mandalay Bay, Michelob Ultra Arena. Still to come tonight, our main event, WBC 135-pound title on the line, Devin Haney and Jorge Linares. Chris, how do you have it?
I've got it 3 rounds to 2 in favor of Shane Mosley Jr. Both these guys have been fighting in spurts, as you're seeing one right now, an exchange between the both of them. But I thought the 5th was the most definitive round to date, with Mosley controlling that one almost from start to finish.
Mosley Jr. breaking the distance, wants to exchange with Quigley now. Quigley should take full advantage. Anytime Mosley Jr. wants to exchange, you punch with him.
There's a right hand connecting for Quigley.
It's because Mosley Jr. is not fighting tall anymore, not fighting behind that jab anymore. And this is what I mean by Mosley Jr. When I've seen him fight, he loses focus sometimes.
1, 2 left, 2 right, step in.
Stop, no punch, no punch, no. Here we go.
As we get towards those later
Box,
rounds,
bring it
it'll
up
be
a little
interesting to see how the stamina of Quigley holds up. It's been one of his shortcomings.
Step in, double jab, right hand, left, 2 right, from the body.
Is Mosley fighting the fight he needs to have to win?
In the first 5 rounds, I believe he did, but I really don't understand why he's giving up the distance now, getting a lot more aggressive when he was doing so well. This is Quigley's fight. I think Quigley's having a good round here.
Well, you say so well. If you look at Chris's scorecard, it's basically even. So
No,
maybe his corner saying you got to be more aggressive.
Maybe that's the case as well, but I thought Mosley Jr. was fighting a good fight. It's a close fight.
Pop the jab.
Good combinations by Quigley right there. Mosley Jr. getting a little bit lazy, staying in the inside a little bit too much. Both of them are looking for body shots now.
Under a minute to go here in round 6.
Let him go, Jason. Let him go. Hands are free. Punch out of there.
The future will be bright for the winner of this bout. Some have mentioned maybe a Jaime Munguia fight down the line. Quigley seemed to be earmarked for that fight, didn't he, Chris, until that loss?
He was in the mix for a Munguia fight. He's been in the mix for fights as big as Canelo Alvarez, mentioned as a potential opponent last year. Quigley has mentioned Demetrius Andrade, the WBO middleweight title holder, as a future opponent. For the record, Andrade texted me during this fight.
Straight right hand there from Quigley and then a left hook.
To say Andrade texted me during this fight, said, this Quigley kid wants to fight me. I'll beat both these guys 2-on-1 handicap match.
Stop.
I've called a few of those in my day.
10 seconds.
Be happy to do it. Well, you and Boo Boo are just best buds, aren't you?
Just want to see him get a big fight.
Round 7 now. Time for one of these fighters to put their stamp on proceedings. They've combined for over 300 jabs thrown. A couple more.
Quigley bouncing on his toes, being a little bit more nifty now. A little more smooth with those feints as well. He's feeling it.
Well, it's a good sign, too, because this was the round.
Oh, and there's a right hand. Mosley out of position. Quigley made him pay.
Yeah, good sign for Jason Quigley to be this fresh. This was the round against Toriano Johnson where he really started to slow down. Looks like he's in good shape in the 7th here.
And that's been the question with Quigley, that, you know, his conditioning. But right now he's bouncing nicely on his toes.
Let him go, Jason. Pull your arm out. Hands are
He's
free.
not trying to overload on his power anymore. That's what I want to see more of. Let Mosley Jr. come to him and catch him with something coming.
What's a fine line, though, isn't it, Sergio, where you're trying to reserve your energy, but you don't want to save too much into the tank, where you in the fight and you still got stuff left. You want to leave it all in the ring, don't you?
No, absolutely. But I like this new look on Quigley right there. Nice little short right uppercut.
And that may have hurt Mosley Jr., who's a little wobbly, at least momentarily, there in the corner, and a couple of big stiff jabs from Quigley out of 3rd.
Yeah, last round and a half, Jason Quigley has really started to take some control.
And changing the game plan. I haven't seen Quigley fight like this, on his toes, on his back foot, boxing, looking nice. This is a new
improved?
Well, I would say a new Jason Quigley.
And just as you say that, Mosley Jr. scores with a power shot.
We're used to seeing Quigley coming forward with those heavy hands, putting pressure, body shots, but him bouncing on his toes, counter punching, looking for the right shots. I mean, this is nice. I want to see more of it.
Yeah, these last few rounds could be barn burners, as both men know how close this is and what's on the line.
Hands are free. Let him go, Jason. Let him go. Stop.
Would you agree, Chris, a loss here puts them at least 2 or 3 wins to get back into this position again?
It's definitely a setback, but this is a competitive fight, and I don't like to see guys fall too far back after close losses. You want to credit guys.
Big straight right again for Quigley, but Mosley handled it well.
Yeah, great right hand. And as I was saying, you do want to credit guys for taking opportunities like this.
And Quigley got caught. A right hand scored from Mosley.
Let him go, Jason.
Big right hand landed for Mosley.
Quigley holding on. Very entertaining round 7.
Both landing big shots, both taking those shots nicely.
Left hook from Mosley. 10 seconds to go.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell.
Body
10
shots by
seconds.
Quigley.
And a straight right, that one caught Mosley coming in.
Listen for that
They're
bell.
both opening up. This is what we want to see.
Jason, you need to step it up. Step it up.
So here we go, 3 rounds left. Sergio, which way do you feel the momentum shifting in this fight?
I think just like Chris has it. I mean, it's an even fight, but I want to see a little bit more boxing from Quigley. He did right, letting Mosley come in and running into the shots, bouncing on his feet, fighting behind a jab.
Chris managed his scorecard razor close.
Yeah, 67-66 in favor of Jason Quigley. I thought Mosley got to him a little bit towards the end of that 7th round, but it was largely controlled by Quigley. One thing you're noticing right away, though, Sergio, maybe that Mosley assault at the end of the round took a little something out of Quigley, not bouncing on his toes quite as much as we saw in the 7th.
Well, listen, I didn't expect any bouncing from Quigley, really. He's more of a flat-footed, pressure fighter with heavy hands, but that was a good look, and it gave Mosley Jr. a different look. So I want to see a little bit more of that. And then, of course, alternate to aggression again.
A right from Mosley Jr. as Quigley was backing up. Every punch matters at this stage. El Animal, Jason Quigley, 18-1. Shane Mosley Jr., 17-3. A massive fight in both of their respective careers. The two 30-year-olds going toe-to-toe here at Mandalay Bay.
Jason, out there, let your hands go. Step forward,
Now it's Quigley throwing that right hand to the body.
Stop! Don't hold it yet. Here we go. Box.
Under a minute left here in the 8th round. 2 to go after this one. You know, the loser of this contest will look back and say, maybe I was just a little busier in this round. Maybe if I tried a little harder in this round. You don't want to have any regrets in a fight like this.
That's always the case in every close loss. But Quigley bouncing on his feet again, being happy, backing up, looking for those shots just like that one right there with the right hand.
If you were in the corner of Shane Mosley Jr., what would your advice be?
I would say double and triple up the jabs and keep throwing that right hand to the gut of Quigley. You caught his attention, maybe hurt him earlier, just like that. Sneaky right hand in the inside. Body, body, body for Mosley Jr.
Let him go, Jason. Stop. Wait. No. You all right? Box, 5 seconds, gentlemen. Good.
But you got to carry yourself like you're the man.
Let your hands go for 6 weeks. Let's go.
Round 9, only scheduled for 10. Not a world title fight, but it could certainly lead to a world title opportunity for one of these two middleweights.
And there's that right hand. I want to see more of that. That's going to open up the headshots for Mosley Jr.
And even if you weren't scoring round by round, a big wind-up right hand and answering back is Quigley. They've got to realize how close of a fight this is.
Crowd loving this action, back and forth.
A straight right from Mosley split the guard.
Both these fighters are so evenly matched. Now they're comfortable and they're flowing with the power punching.
Stop, no. Here we go. No knockdown. Let me see your glove. Here we go. Box.
26% of this fight has been spent toe-to-toe as they combine to land 121 power punches.
Need to see a little more head and body movement from Jason Quigley, standing in the pocket and not really presenting much in the way of angles to Shane Mosley. It's kind of a stationary target for Mosley to tee off on.
And Mosley Jr. not to lose focus, which is something that he does. He gets
complacent. He lost it right there. Had his hands down. Quigley caught him.
Complacency, sometimes laziness is what happens with Mosley Jr.
Well, what is he doing right now?
Right now he's losing a little bit of focus, but he needs to go back to the jab and look for that right hand that he was landing earlier. There it is right there. That sets up the big shots.
Quigley continuing to bounce on his toes, sticking and moving. We're more accustomed to seeing Shane Mosley Jr. fighting like that.
That's what I want to see from Mosley Jr. He threw three body shots just to land a combination upstairs. Just touch Quigley with something. Don't go looking for those big shots like that.
Don't hit him in the back, Shane. Okay.
Under a minute to go here in round 9. A razor close fight. Could go either way. Good performances from both these fighters.
I'm really impressed with both of them. Absolutely. And like you said, it's a close fight. That's what I'm impressed of more. The foot feints and the backing up of Quigley, being that fleet-footed. Those feints is what causing Mosley Jr. to bite a little bit.
This feels like the type of fight, if they squared off 100 more times, it'd be this close every single fight.
10 seconds.
Good shot by Mosley there, the tempo of Jason Quigley.
They stay in the pocket. Another close round to score.
Mouthpiece.
Chris, what would your advice be to Jason Quigley?
To both guys, go all out. you cannot enter this round feeling remotely comfortable that you're up on the scorecards. You talk about a title fight being on the line, Todd. How about a payday? We're talking high six figures for the winner, and I've got this fight very close, 86-85 in favor of Jason Quigley. Could be just a coin flip going into this last round.
You'd like to think every judge here would have it within one, possibly 2 rounds. It's been that kind of close fight. It literally could all come down to the next 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
And another thing, all the questions that we had on the conditioning of Quigley are answered here, because he's been boxing on his toes, he's been aggressive, the power's still there, the technique is still there.
Guys, watch those heads.
Oh, and a big right hand on the inside from Quigley. Now Mosley Jr. trying to bounce on his toes. He's going to stay in the pocket. Quigley trying to chase him down.
And this is what Quigley does. I mean, he pressures fighters into the corner and looks for those combinations with those heavy hands. This is the time to pick up the pressure for Quigley. In a tight fight, keep punching. Heavy hands win right here.
Quigley wanted to improve his stamina, wanted to improve his late fight performance, and he's done that here tonight, win or lose, showing you he can still bring it in round 10. But look at Mosley Jr. with a combination and a club in right hand. Quigley takes a step back.
Mosley Jr. caught Quigley with an excellent angle, shifted to the left of Quigley and caught him with a left hook. Beautiful angle.
This crowd trying to urge Mosley Jr. on. He is from right here in Las Vegas.
If Mosley Jr. could muster up another pivot like he did earlier and get that combination from that angle, it could be a big win for him.
60 seconds left to go in what has been an enthralling encounter between Shane Mosley Jr. and Jason Quigley, who caught Mosley with a left hook.
No. I'm here. Breathe. Take a breather, guys. Take a breather. Here we go. Ready? Let's go. Box.
I asked Mosley Jr. if it was make or break. He says every fight is make or break, and they're fighting like it.
El Animal trying to come in tight on Mosley Jr., who lands a right of his own. Under 30 seconds left.
Chopping right hand by Mosley Jr. That might have stunned Quigley.
Still a very close round. 10 seconds left. There's the clapper. Mosley Jr. unloading. They're going to slug it out in Las Vegas. What a fight! Shane Mosley Jr. and Jason Quigley.
As we go to the judges' score totals. Max DeLuca, 95-95 even. Chris Migliori, 97-93. Steve Weisfeld, 96-94. Both for your winner by majority decision. And the new WBO, NABO middleweight champion from Ballybuffet, County Donegal, Ireland, Jason Quigley.
Look at the emotion from Jason Quigley and his corner. That's how much it means to him.
Absolutely, and you know what, man? You could see the disappointment in Mosley Jr.